Oh, and by the way, I'm looking for more developers. If anybody's if anybody's interested in working with our project, feel free to come over and talk with us. We're looking for a wide variety of skills, including web and server-side stuff. And that's it. Thank you very much. Yes.
Do you have an iPhone version?
Do I have an iPhone version? No. A lot of people ask me the same question, or either that or like a BlackBerry version or something like this. I'm not an expert in these other frameworks, but I'm not sure that you can do everything that we're doing here on these other platforms, or at least not as well as we can do it. We really integrate ourselves very deeply into the frameworks of Android and really take advantage of a lot of the lower level APIs. The fact that the attachments and the call might, for instance, the fact that we can get at the phone calls as they come in. I'm pretty sure Apple doesn't give you any control over that incoming phone call, or at least any information. I don't know the details of it, but we're sticking with Android. We think Android is going to be a long-time winner, and it certainly has all the tools that we're looking for. It's very open, and we're very good at turning that openness into real valuable things for users. Sorry. No. 中文可以。
有没有人现在正在开发 Android 程式，自己写的啊，或者公司？我每次问这个问题，好像都没有人。
我想问一下，就是说，那个如果开发 Android 的program， 然后你没有要放到那个 market 上面，那还没有其他的方法可以 sell
other than Android market?
Yeah. Can you sell it anywhere else?
Yeah. So we're looking at S market.
No. If just in general, if you develop an Android program, is there anywhere else you can sell it?
Yeah. I mean there's Mobentu. I think it was called SlideMe at one point. This is an alternative market, but they have a very small sliver of it. Really, right now, it's really just Android marketplace. Or if you can drive the web traffic, you could sell it directly from your website. Technically, yeah, there really isn't. S market. Maybe some of these local. It's not just Taiwan. I think there's some other countries that are also developing smaller markets, marketplaces. Like I think I heard. I forget some Europe. There's a country in Europe that is doing the same thing.
So this is on Android. Have you ever thought of putting your to-do list on other like desktop PC platform or integrate with
But the desktop.
Yeah, like put your software on places not on Android, not on iPhone, but on PC or.
I think about that every single day. It's somewhere where we want to go. We're kind of a small team right now, and this is one of the reasons I kind of am looking for other people to partner with me on this one, because it's not. I actually have a fair amount of experience in a wide variety of areas, and I probably could do most of it myself. I just don't have the time, and so I'm trying to find other smart people who are willing, who are interested to work with me. So yeah, I really want to, but no, I haven't done it.
How much time have you spent on the software before you put this software to the market?
Like I said, we about two years.
2 years.
Yeah, we've been working on this about two. Almost two. It kind of depends. And we also there's actually a business framework behind this, and so part of the startup cost of or the process of starting up a company is in the starting up something like this is in the business side of it. And so I'm not actually from a business background, so I had to I had some learning I had to do in the business space. So we have like a license, and I had to work with like a lawyers to develop that. We have a business, we have a limited liability corporation in the U.S. that I had to start and assign all the intellectual property rights to. So part of it has been kind of sucked into me working on kind of some of the business stuff. But yeah, well, somewhere around 2 years or so. At first it was kind of part-time work, just in the evenings and that sort of thing. But I quit my job; it was getting in the way. So.
As I know, the Android SDKs update very soon, and does it make you change your development duty or?
Yeah. So lately we've been a whole flurry of new SDKs. I mean, I think we've had like almost one a month now,
yes.
I mean, at least a couple months or so now. And yeah, I mean, I had to test a lot when the new screen sizes stuff came out. I spent at least a week or so trying to tweak it to get it to work right. But no, not really. From the very beginning, like I said, I downloaded the SDK at the very beginning, and I really just studied it really hard, and so I kind of understood how you kind of avoid these situations to start with. I didn't get it 100% correct. When those multiple screens came out, the different screen sizes, I still saw problems, and I had to tweak and things like that. But I think I got it mostly correct. But I don't do things that tend to cause a lot of problems with different screen sizes. There's some other people, maybe if they're a game or something like that, and they need tighter control over the user interface. Maybe they would run. Maybe if they're calculating exactly the pixels, like where they're going to place a game player or something like that. It's probably a lot more difficult for them than it was for me.
Have you ever rebundle your application with cell phone provided by an operator or manufacturer?
No, I haven't. No, I got feelers out. I haven't gotten anything back yet. But, yeah, I am interested in it, though. If anybody knows the right kind of people.
So from the website, you have participated in Android Developer Challenge.
Yeah.
Can you describe your experience?
Yeah, sure. So there's two different aspects of the Android Developer Challenge. There's kind of like the lead up, kind of like the actual development time, and that's just kind of you working alone. And I think anybody who's kind of worked on a software project, a non-business type project can kind of know the problems of working without a structure. I mean, the problem is like for instance me, where I quit my job and I just kind of continue working. I mean, I have to get myself up every morning and be very, very consistent. I mean, it's without the backbone of a company telling you, you need to get this done today, or that sort of thing. You have to kind of build up yourself. So there's kind of a learning curve, and just I'm already pretty motivated, but just being kind of very disciplined about getting in there and developing products. There's kind of like different aspects. So like I said, about the product development, there's a little bit, and again, not coming from, like, I'm used to projects kind of coming to me semi-spec'd out, and then I kind of just implement the product for them. But in this case, it was me doing the entire thing from concept all the way down to debugging that one little thing. So for me, it felt a lot more sloppy. Because I would come up with ideas, and then I would have to slosh them back and forth, and go to the designer and say, "How's this?" And she'd say, "No, that's awful," and then I'd have to go back and rewrite it, and then come back and ask again. And so this is kind of like a lot of throwaway code, a lot of I don't know if I call them mistakes, but just a lot of learning going on as we would develop it. So okay, so that's like all leading up. Now during the Android Developer Challenge. I think the thing that you submit your software out there, and most people didn't include any analytics. We unfortunately did. We actually were both part of the Android Developer Challenge 1 and 2. So over a year ago, we were also part of it, and we learned a lot from that first time around. And that one, we learned that we didn't. It's important when you publish your software to get analytics inside of it. So all those nice graphs that I showed you there with the download rates and all that, that's because we included stuff inside of our code to keep track of how often people are using it, and things like that. And we got that in this version. And so we were able to see, for example, how often do people use our software like we know that, like for instance, over 1,000 people downloaded our software during the Android Developer Challenge, and we know on average how long they spent evaluating it. We know that they spent about 3 minutes